the channel, and welcome to the very first Wikipedia reading on the channel. So this is going to be another facts-based video, but in a different style to what we're used to doing on the channel. So for this video, we are going to be looking at Tom Cruise, and I'm basically going to be reading through the information on the page, taking a look at some of the images and things of that nature, and throwing in some of my own opinions on the facts that we read as well. So we will begin at the top here. Thomas Cruise Mapother. Never ever heard of that name before, and that is spelled Mapother. The fourth, born on July 3rd, 1962, is an American actor and producer, one of the world's highest paid actors. He has received various accolades throughout his career, including 3 Golden Globe Awards, in addition to nominations for a British Academy Film Award and 3 Academy Awards. His films have grossed over $4 billion in North America and over $10.1 billion worldwide. Wow, that is amazing, but obviously it's to be expected. He is one of the world's highest paid actors, and this makes him one of the highest grossing box office stars of all time. So yeah, here we have a photo of Tom, and this was taken at the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con International in California. And I think in general he does look very well for his age. As of the recording of this video, he is 59, almost 60. So yeah, I think he does look very good for his age. Cruise began acting in the early 1980s and made his breakthrough with leading roles in the comedy film Risky Business and action drama film Top Gun. And I have seen both of these movies. I really enjoy both of them. They are completely different movies. Risky Business is actually one of my favourites of his early movies from 1983, and if you've never seen Risky Business, you're going to want to check it out. He was very young in it, of course, and yeah, it's a very good story. There's a lot of very funny moments as well in that movie. And of course we have Top Gun, which is one of his most recognisable movies from 1986. I think even if you're not a Tom Cruise fan, you've probably seen Top Gun, at least in part. Critical acclaim came with his role in the drama films The Colour of Money, Rain Man, and Born on the 4th of July. So I've never seen The Colour of Money. I have seen Rain Man, which I actually recently saw. I think it was sort of the end of 2021. I saw Rain Man and I thought it was very enjoyable, and I didn't actually like his character a whole lot. I thought it was absolutely terrible to the Dustin Hoffman character for the majority of the movie, but yeah, it turns out quite well in the end. And Born on the 4th of July, I've never seen this movie, but I know it is very popular, and it's based on the Vietnam War, or rather after the Vietnam War. So yeah, it's another very popular movie. And we have a bit of information here on the Born on the 4th of July movie. For his portrayal of Ron Kovic in the latter, he won a Golden Globe Award and received a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor. As a leading Hollywood star, successful films, including the drama A Few Good Men, the thriller The Firm, the horror film Interview with the Vampire, and the romance Jerry Maguire. Well, we have 4 movies there that I've never actually seen, but I have heard of, so I can't really comment on them. I know that this movie contains the very famous line, "I want the truth," and then the Jack Nicholson character says, "You can't handle the truth." I think it is that movie, or perhaps it's The Firm. No, I think it is A Few Good Men. Getting them slightly mixed up there. And then Interview with the Vampire also has Brad Pitt in it. And yeah, I've never seen that, but yeah, I know it's very good and very highly rated. And Jerry Maguire, that's one that I've actually been wanting to see, but it's never sort of happened, so I'm going to have to make sure I do see that movie at some point, as I've only ever heard good things about it. For his role in the latter, he won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor and received his 2nd Academy Award nomination. Cruise's performance as a motivational speaker in the drama film Magnolia earned him another Golden Globe Award and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. As an action star, he has played Ethan Hunt in all 6 of the Mission Impossible films from 1996 to 2018. And I haven't seen a lot of these movies. I am most familiar with the first one and also the second one. There's a really great scene in the second one at the very start when he's climbing on rocks and he's hanging off them, and it's just an amazing scene. But I know that that movie is the lowest rated of the movies. I think I looked them up recently, but yeah, they are very popular as well, the Mission Impossible movies. He also starred in science fiction and action films, including Vanilla Sky, Minority Report, The Last Samurai, Collateral, War of the Worlds, Night and Day, Jack Reacher, Oblivion, Edge of Tomorrow, and The Mummy. And of this list of movies, the only one I have seen is War of the Worlds, which I actually really enjoy. I thought it was superbly done, some really great action sequences. So yeah, check that one out if you've never seen it. And I'm sure that the other movies on this list are all very highly rated as well. Cruise has been married to actress Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmes. He has 3 children, 2 of whom were adopted during his marriage to Kidman, and the other of whom is a biological daughter he had with Holmes. Cruise is an outspoken advocate for the Church of Scientology and its associated social programs, which he credits with helping him overcome dyslexia. In the 2000s, he sparked controversy with his church-affiliated criticisms of psychiatry and antidepressant drugs. His efforts to promote Scientology as a religion in Europe, and a leaked video interview of him promoting Scientology. Well, I can't really comment on the Scientology part here because I don't know anything about it. But in regards to the 3 times he's been married, I don't really know who Mimi Rogers is. I know quite a lot about Nicole Kidman. I've seen her in various movies, and of course Katie Holmes as well. And I think all 3 of these women are fairly tall, which is why so that made him look smaller than he actually is. And if we just scroll down here, we can get some more information about his early life and education. Cruz was born on July the 3rd, 1962 in Syracuse, New York. I'm not exactly sure of the pronunciation there. I've never heard of this particular place, but it is a city in the county seat of Onondaga County, New York, so I think it's fairly small. And he was born to electrical engineer Thomas Cruz Mapother III, and his dad lived from 1934 until 1984, and special education teacher Mary Lee Nay Pfeiffer, so she lived from 1936 until not too long ago, 2017. His parents were both from Louisville, Kentucky, and had English, German, and Irish ancestry. Cruz has 3 sisters named Leanne, Marianne, and Cass. One of his cousins, William Mapother, is also an actor who has appeared alongside Cruz in 5 films. Okay, that's an interesting fact, and one that I didn't know. Let's see if we recognize him. Yes, I think I know who that is. Yeah, that's the guy who played Ethan on Lost, and I recognize him from his picture there. So that's quite a fun fact to learn today. Cruz grew up in near poverty and had a Catholic upbringing. He later described his father as a merchant of chaos, a bully, and a coward who beat his children. Oh my goodness. So this is brand new information to me. So his dad was quite abusive to him and his brothers and sisters as well, apparently. He elaborated, "My father was the kind of person where if something goes wrong, they kick you. It was a great lesson in my life. How he'd lull you in, make you feel safe, and then bang. For me, it was like, there's something wrong with this guy. Don't trust him. Be careful around him." Oh my goodness, that is very shocking news to me to read. I had no idea that his dad was abusive, so yeah, it's very, very surprising. Cruz spent part of his childhood in Canada when his father took a job as a defense consultant with the Canadian Armed Forces. His family moved in late 1971 to Beacon Hill, Ottawa. He attended the New Robert Hopkins Public School for his 4th and 5th grade education. He first became involved in drama in 4th grade under the tutelage of drama teacher George Steinberg. He and 6 other boys put on an improvised play to music called It, I guess that's just IT, at the Carrington Elementary School Drama Festival. I actually think that's Carleton Elementary School. Yeah, Carleton Elementary School Drama Festival. Drama organizer Val Wright, who was in the audience, later said that the movement and improvisation were excellent. It was a classic ensemble piece. In 6th grade, Cruz went to Henry Monroe Middle School in Ottawa. That year, his mother left his father, taking Cruz and his sisters back to the United States. And I think I mentioned above that his dad was abusive to his brothers and his sisters. He actually only has 3 sisters, which I recall from the start of the video, so that was a slight error I made there. In 1978, she married Jack South. Cruise's father died of cancer in 1984. Well, you wouldn't wish it to happen to anybody, but it did happen to his dad, who was abusive, so there is that. But yeah, as I say, you wouldn't wish that to happen to anybody, but at least it happened to his dad and not his mother. Cruise briefly took a Catholic Church scholarship and attended the St. Francis Seminary in Cincinnati, Ohio. He aspired to become a Franciscan priest, I'm not sure of that word exactly, before being expelled from the seminary for drinking and becoming interested in acting. Okay, so he had a bit of a bad boy streak when he attended this particular seminary. In total, he attended 15 schools in 14 years. Wow, that is a lot. And there's no way that would have been easy on him. It's always very difficult if you move around and you have to meet new people, make new friends, etc. So yeah, that would have been very difficult for him. In his senior year of high school, he played football for the varsity team as a linebacker, but was cut from the squad after getting caught drinking beer before a game. Okay, so in the 1980s he did tend to like a drink at bad times, it looks like. But I think we've all been there at some point in our life. He went on to star in the school's production of Guys and Dolls. In 1980, he graduated from Glen Ridge High School in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Wow. So yeah, some good information there about his early life and childhood and growing up as a teenager, and some of the things that he faced in his life, some obstacles that he had to get over. So now we have some information on acting. At age 18, with the blessing of his mother and stepfather, Cruise moved to New York City to pursue an acting career. After working as a busboy in New York, he went to Los Angeles to try out for television roles. He signed with CAA and began acting in films. He first appeared in a bit part in the 1981 film Endless Love, followed by a major supporting role as a crazed military academy student in Taps later that year. In 1983, Cruise was part of the ensemble cast of The Outsiders. That same year, he appeared in All the Right Moves and Risky Business, which has been described as a Generation X classic and a career maker for Tom Cruise. He also played the male lead in the Ridley Scott film Legend, released in 1985. By 1986, Top Gun, his status as a superstar had been cemented. Cruise followed up Top Gun with The Color of Money, which came out the same year, and which paired him with Paul Newman. 1988 saw him star in Cocktail, which earned him a nomination for the Razzie Award for Worst Actor. Later that year, he starred with Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, which won the Academy Award for Best Film, and Cruise the Kansas City Film Critics Circle Award for nomination. Okay, so we have some good information there about his early career, and I do know the movie All the Right Moves, which has a very famous scene in it, which if you've seen you will know about, but I can't really talk about here, unfortunately. And yeah, Risky Business is mentioned again, Top Gun, and some of his other very early movies that were very popular. And I didn't actually know that Cocktail wasn't very well received, so he earned a nomination for Worst Actor in Cocktail, which is unfortunate. Cruise's next films were Days of Thunder and Far and Away, both of which co-starred then-wife Nicole Kidman as his love interest, followed by the legal thriller The Firm, which was a critical and commercial success. In 1994, Cruise starred along with Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas and Christian Slater in Neil Jordan's Interview with the Vampire, a gothic drama horror film that was based on Annie Rice's best-selling novel. The film was well received, although Rice was initially quite outspoken in her criticism of Cruise having been cast in the film, as Julian Sands was her first choice. Upon seeing the film, however, she paid $7,740 for a 2-page ad in Daily Variety praising his performance and apologizing for her previous doubts about him. Okay, so yeah, more information there about some of his early movies, and Days of Thunder is one that I have seen. It's a racing movie, and yeah, it's got lots of drama in it as well. So yeah, check that one out if you've never seen it. And let's just have a brief look here at a photo of Tom Cruise in 1985 at a reception hosted by the First Lady, Nancy Reagan, at the White House. So if this was taken in 1985, that was probably the same year that Top Gun was filmed, because that came out in 1986. And here we have another image, this time from 1989 at the 61st Academy Awards, and he's sporting a very fetching sort of buzz cut there. I wonder if that was for a particular movie role. Could well have been. So we'll just scroll on down here a little bit. In 1996, Cruise appeared as super spy Ethan Hunt in the reboot of Mission Impossible, which he produced. It was a box office success, although it received criticism regarding the Jim Phelps character being a villain, despite being a protagonist of the original television series. In 1996, he took on the title role in Jerry Maguire, for which he earned a Golden Globe and his second nomination for an Academy Award. In 1999, Cruise co-starred with Kidman in the erotic Stanley Kubrick film Eyes Wide Shut, and took a rare supporting role as a motivational speaker, Frank T.J. Mackey, in Magnolia, for which he received another Golden Globe and nomination for an Academy Award. In 2000, Cruise returned as Ethan Hunt in the second installment of the Mission Impossible films, Mission Impossible 2. The film was helmed by Hong Kong director John Woo and branded with his fu style and continued the series' blockbuster success at the box office, taking in almost $547 million in worldwide figures. Like its predecessor, it was the highest grossing film of the year and had a mixed critical reception. Cruise received an MTV Movie Award for Best Male Performance for this film. His next 5 films were major critical and commercial successes. The following year, Cruise starred in the romantic thriller Vanilla Sky with Cameron Diaz. In 2002, Cruise starred in the dystopian science fiction action film Minority Report, which was directed by Steven Spielberg and based on the science fiction short story by Philip K. Dick. In 2003, he starred in Edward Zwick's period action drama, The Last Samurai, for which he received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. In 2004, Cruise received critical acclaim for his performance as Vincent in Collateral, directed by Michael Mann. In 2005, Cruise worked again with Steven Spielberg in War of the Worlds, a loose adaptation of the H.G. Wells novel of the same name, which became the 4th highest grossing film of the year, with $591.4 million worldwide. Also, in 2005, he won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Male Movie Star and the MTV Generation Award. Cruise was nominated for 7 Saturn Awards between 2002 and 2009, winning once. 9 of the 10 films he starred in during the decade made over $100 million at the box office. In 2006, he returned to his role as Ethan Hunt in the 3rd installment of the Mission Impossible film series, Mission Impossible 3. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous films in the series and grossed nearly $400 million at the box office. In 2007, Cruise took a rare supporting role for the 2nd time in Lions for Lambs, which was a commercial disappointment. This was followed by an unrecognizable appearance as Les Grossman in the 2008 comedy Tropic Thunder with Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. This performance earned Cruise a Golden Globe nomination. Cruise played the central role in the historical thriller Valkyrie, released on December the 25th, 2008 to box office success. It's quite interesting that this movie Valkyrie was released on Christmas Day. I've never seen that before. But yeah, full of interesting facts there about various roles that Tom Cruise has appeared in from the 1990s through to the early 2000s. And I have to admit I haven't seen too many of the movies listed there, but I have actually heard of most of them. And here we have another photo. This is from the 2007 London Film Festival. Humanitarian Award from the Simon Wiesenthal Center. Probably didn't pronounce that quite right. And its Museum of Tolerance for his work as a dedicated philanthropist. In mid-2011, Cruise started shooting the movie Rock of Ages, in which he played the character Stacey Jacks. The film was released in June 2012. Cruise starred as Jack Reacher in the film adaptation of British author Lee Childs' 2005 novel One Shot. The film was released on December the 21st, 2012. It met with positive reviews and critics and was a box office success, grossing $217 million worldwide. In 2013, he starred in the science fiction film Oblivion, based on director Joseph Kosinski's graphic novel of the same name. The film met with mixed reviews and grossed $286 million worldwide. It also starred Morgan Freeman and Olga Kurylenko. Not exactly sure of the pronunciation there. It kind of sounds like a Ukrainian name. Yeah, of Ukrainian, Russian, and Belarusian ancestry. In 2014, Cruise starred in the science fiction action film Edge of Tomorrow, which received positive reviews and grossed over $370 million. In 2015, Cruise returned as Ethan Hunt in the 5th installment of the Mission Impossible series, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which he also produced. Returning cast members included Simon Pegg as Benji and Jeremy Renner as William Brandt, with Christopher McQuarrie as director. The film earned high critical acclaim and was a commercial success. And I'm not exactly sure, but was this the movie that he actually broke his ankle doing a stunt? I remember seeing a video of that. There was a stunt where he jumped from a building to another building and he slammed his ankle against the side of the building and broke his ankle. I'm not exactly sure if it's that one, but it was one of the more recent Mission Impossible movies. Cruise starred in the 2017 reboot of Boris Karloff's 1932 horror movie The Mummy. The new film, also titled The Mummy, received negative reviews and flopped at the box office. In 2018, Cruise again reprised Ethan Hunt in the 6th film in his franchise Mission Impossible Fallout. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous films in the series and grossed over $791 million at the box office. Unadjusted for ticket price inflation, it is Cruise's biggest commercial success to date. That's quite a surprise. So Mission Impossible Fallout has been his most successful movie in terms of commercial intake. Yeah, so that's quite a surprise to me. And it may well have been that movie that he broke his ankle. I can't be sure, but maybe we will learn later on in the reading. In May 2020, it was reported that Cruise would be starring and producing a movie shot in outer space. Doug Liman would be directing, writing and co-producing. Both will fly to the International Space Station as part of a future Axiom space mission in a SpaceX Dragon 2 spacecraft. Well, I've never heard of this before, but I do like movies set in outer space, so I think that could be a very interesting one. In May 2021, Cruise protested against the Hollywood Foreign Press Association by returning all 3 of his Golden Globe Awards in light of controversy surrounding the HFPA, particularly its lack of diversity, specifically no black members, and ethical questions related to financial benefits to some of its members. Okay, so we have some good information there about a lot of his more recent movies, some of the Mission Impossible movies there, and also The Mummy, which I did actually see, and I didn't really enjoy that much. There were some good scenes in it, particularly at the start, but I sort of lost interest in it. And here we have another image, and this is at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con. And we have another image here from 2016, so not all that long ago. Looking very smart there in his suit. And I won't read absolutely everything from this article because that would probably take a couple of hours. So we will skip through some of the information. But here we have some info about producing. Cruise partnered with his former talent agent, Paula Wagner, to form Cruise Wagner Productions in 1993, and the company has since co-produced several of Cruise's films, the first being Mission Impossible in 1996, which was also Cruise's first project as a producer. Okay, so this is new information to me. I had no idea that Tom Cruise has ever done any producing, but it is very common within the entertainment industry for actors to branch out into other areas such as producing and directing, so it's not a huge surprise. Cruise is noted as having negotiated some of the most lucrative film deals in Hollywood, and was described in 2005 by Hollywood economist Edward J. Epstein as one of the most powerful and richest forces in Hollywood. Wow, that is quite the compliment. Epstein argues that Cruise is one of the few producers, the others being George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Jerry Bruckheimer, who are regarded as able to guarantee the success of a billion-dollar film franchise. Epstein also contends that the public obsession with Cruise's tabloid controversies obscures film appreciation of Cruise's exceptional commercial prowess. Cruise's film production company is said to be developing a screenplay based on Eric Larson's New York Times bestseller, The Devil in the White City, about a real-life serial killer, H.H. Holmes, at Chicago's World's Columbian Exposition. Catherine Bigelow is attached to the project to produce with Helm. Meanwhile, Leonardo DiCaprio's production company, Appian Way, is also developing a film about Holmes and the World's Fair, in which DiCaprio will star. Cruise has produced several films in which he appeared. He produced Mission Impossible, Without Limit Mission Impossible 2, The Others, Vanilla Sky, and many others. Okay, and we will just move down here and have a look at some of his personal life information. Cruise splits his time between homes in Beverly Hills, California, Clearwater, Florida, Dulwich, London, and East Grinstead, West Sussex. He had several relationships with women in the early to mid-1980s, including Rebecca T. Mornay, Patty I can't pronounce that one unfortunately, and Cher. Wow, I never knew that Tom Cruise dated Cher. That's quite a surprise, especially considering there is a fair age gap between them, because I think Cher is in her 70s, and I'm not sure I know who these particular women are. Maybe we'll get a bit of information. Ah yes, she was actually in Risky Business as Lana. Wow, so perhaps that's where they met. So yeah, some good information there. Cruise married actress Mimi Rogers on May the 7th, 1987. They divorced on February the 4th, 1990. So yeah, just under 3 years married there. Rogers introduced Cruise to Scientology. Cruise met his second wife, actress Nicole Kidman, on the set of their film Days of Thunder. The couple married on December the 24th, 1990, so they had a Christmas-themed wedding. They adopted 2 children, Isabella Jean and Connor Anthony. In February 2001, Cruise filed for divorce from Kidman while she was unknowingly pregnant. Oh my goodness, that's quite a surprise. The pregnancy ended in a miscarriage. In 2007, Kidman clarified rumors of a miscarriage early in her marriage to Cruise, explaining that she had actually had an ectopic pregnancy. Cruise was next romantically linked with Penelope Cruz, his co-star in Vanilla Sky. Their 3-year relationship ended in 2004. An article in the October 2012 issue of Vanity Fair stated that several sources have said that after the breakup with Cruise, Scientologist leaders launched a secret project to find Cruise a new girlfriend. According to those sources, a series of auditions of Scientologist actresses resulted in a short-lived relationship with British Iranian actress Nazanin Boniadi. And I give it my best shot, but I probably didn't pronounce that right. So let's have a look and see if she's got a photo. Yeah, and she's a very attractive lady as well, who subsequently left Scientology, and Cruise's lawyers issued strongly worded denials and threatened to sue, accusing Vanity Fair of shoddy journalism and religious bigotry. Journalist Roger Friedman later reported that he received an email from director and ex-Scientologist Paul Haggis confirming the story. In April 2005, Cruise began dating actress Katie Holmes. On April famously jumping up and down on Winfrey's couch during the show. And I'm sure that was quite a fun moment. I haven't really thought about the Oprah Winfrey Show in many years. I remember when it was on TV. Media coverage at the time implied that Oprah was somewhat taken aback by Cruz's over-exuberant couch outburst, which distracted from the intended promotion of Cruz's current film, War of the Worlds. On October the 6th, 2005, Cruz and Holmes announced they were expecting a child. In April 2006, their daughter, Suri, was born. On November the 18th, Holmes and Cruz were married at the 15th century castle in Bracciano. Yeah, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. In a Scientologist ceremony attended by many Hollywood stars, their publicists said the couple had officialized their marriage in Los Angeles the day before the Italian ceremony. There has been widespread speculation that their marriage was arranged by the Church of Scientology. David Miscavige, probably completely wrong as well, but he is the head of Scientology, served as Cruz's best man. On June the 29th, 2012, Holmes filed for divorce from Cruz. On July the 9th, the couple signed a divorce settlement worked out by their lawyers, New York law firms. All divorce documents remain sealed, so the exact terms of the settlement are not publicly available. And here we have an image of Tom Cruise with Katie Holmes in May 2009. And as we can see, as I mentioned earlier, all of his wives have been very tall, so it makes it appear that Tom is very small. And we also have a photo here with his first wife, Mimi Rogers, at the 1989 Oscars. And we did see another photo from that event earlier in the video. And then we also have some information about Scientology and criticism of psychiatry, so we won't go into that too much. I prefer just to sort of focus on the more positive aspects. So yeah, that's mostly about Scientology and his interest and its influence in his life. And here we have some legacy information. In 2006, Premiere ranked Cruise as Hollywood's most powerful actor, as Cruise came in at number 13 on the magazine's 2006 Power List, being the highest ranked actor. The same year, Forbes' magazine ranked him as the world's most powerful celebrity. Wow. The founder of CinemaScore in 2016 cited Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio as the two stars. It doesn't matter how bad the film is, they can pull up. Yeah, and I've actually said this before about Leonardo DiCaprio, but he doesn't seem to appear in anything bad. Every movie you see him appear in has really high ratings, so yeah, that is a very true statement there that's been made. October the 10th, 2006 was declared Tom Cruise Day in Japan. The Japan Memorial Day Association said that he was awarded with a special day because of his love for and close association with Japan. Okay, so there is an official Tom Cruise Day in Japan. While reviewing Days of Thunder, film critic some of Cruise's later films like A Few Good Men and The Last Samurai can also be considered to be part of this formula. And here we have the Tom Cruise star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which I think would be an amazing place to visit. We have all the stars of all the very famous actors and people in the entertainment industry. And if we scroll down, we have some information on litigation. And to finish up, we just have some articles there on awards and nominations, which, if you're interested in, you can have a look at that article at a later time. And we also have some other links to articles relating to Tom Cruise, and I think that's just about it. So yeah, we just have some information there on references. So I will scroll back up to the top of the article and finish this video by thanking you guys for joining me for this first Wikipedia style reading. Let me know down in the comment section if you enjoy this style of video and if you'd like to see me make more videos in this style. I thought it was very enjoyable and quite different to what we're used to on this channel. But yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button down below, drop a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel if you're new around here for plenty more facts-based content like this in the near future. But a huge thank you for joining me, and until next time, rest easy, sleep well, and I hope to see you again very soon.